The slip is on the kitchen counter. It has been there since Thursday. Minimum payment due, $31. Total balance, $213. You opened the card 14 months ago for a mattress. The store was running a promotion, 20% off if you applied at the register. You saved $47 that afternoon. The mattress cost $234 after the discount. You have paid $271 so far. You still owe $213. The math is not hidden. You have simply stopped looking at it. You pay the minimum. Every month, you pay it. The balance moves from $213 to $224 to $218 to $231. It never clears. It never doubles. It just sits there, the way a slow leak sits in a wall. Present, structural, invisible until it isn't. You do not ignore this balance. You manage it. That is the first place something goes quietly wrong. Management is not resolution. Management is a system you build around a problem so that the problem no longer requires your attention. The store did not teach you to borrow. It taught you that borrowing and saving can happen in the same sentence. Same transaction. Same Tuesday afternoon. You walk out with a mattress and a credit line and both feel like wins. Total debt, $213. You are 27. 4 balances across 3 cards. You can tell me exactly where each one came from. $1,840 from the emergency room in February. 6 hours, 2 specialists you never saw, 1 bill you did not expect. $2,210 from the transmission. A mechanic named Roland said $2,210 or the car does not move. You needed the car to move. $1,900 from the flight to Phoenix when your mother got sick. Booked in 11 minutes on a Wednesday night without looking at the fare. The remaining $2,450 is harder to trace. It accumulated the way dust accumulates, consistently, without a single moment you could point to. Every dollar has a story. That is the problem. The story is not decoration. The story is the reason you have not paid it down. You did not make irresponsible choices. You made necessary ones. Necessary debt feels different in your hands than reckless debt. It has weight. It has justification built into the fiber of it. The explanation is not a record of what happened. It is a permanent extension on the due date. Every time the balance appears on a statement, you remember Roland. You remember the hospital hallway. You remember the gate at Sky Harbor at 11 p.m. The memory functions as a kind of payment. It does not reduce the balance, but it satisfies something. You do not carry guilt about this debt. You carry credentials. Total debt, $8,613. The paperwork is on the table. 1 loan, 1 payment. 9.4% fixed. You signed it on a Friday afternoon and felt something close to relief. $34,200 spread across 6 accounts. A store card, 2 visas, a medical line, a personal loan from 2019, and the original card that never fully closed. Now it is 1 number, 1 due date. The refrigerator hums in the next room. You pour a glass of water and stand at the counter and feel, for the first time in 4 years, like someone who has their finances in order. You do not have your finances in order. You have your finances in a single file. Those are not the same thing. Within 11 months, 2 of the cards you paid off are carrying balances again. $340 on one, $780 on the other. The consolidation loan reduced your monthly payment from $794 to $511. The $283 difference went somewhere. You are not entirely sure where. The consolidation is not a solution. It is a reset of urgency. Before the loan, 6 balances created pressure. Multiple statements, multiple minimums, multiple small panics. That pressure was doing something. It was making the debt feel like a problem that required solving. The single payment dissolved the pressure. The debt remained. The discomfort that was pushing you toward resolution did not. Total debt, $34,200. The spreadsheet has 17 rows. You built it yourself. Color-coded. Green for accounts under control. Yellow for accounts you are watching. There are no red rows. You removed the red category 8 months ago because nothing stayed red long enough to need it. You are 38. Total across all rows, $91,400. Student loans, $41,200. The consolidated loan, which has grown back around it like a vine, $28,600. A home equity line opened for a kitchen renovation, $14,900. Cards, $6,700. You make every payment, not one missed in 26 months. There is a ceramic mug on the desk next to the laptop, a company name on it from a job you left in 2021. You drink from it every morning while you check the accounts. This has become a ritual. Rituals are how you know you are managing something. A debt you can manage indefinitely is a debt you have decided, without deciding, to keep. The spreadsheet is not a plan for paying this off. It is a system for making $91,400 feel livable. It works. That is the part no one tells you. The system works perfectly. You are comfortable. The number does not go down. You are just very comfortable with it not going down. Total debt, $91,400. You stopped opening certain envelopes. Not all of them. Just the ones from 2 specific senders. You know what they say. You have read the first paragraph enough times that reading further no longer adds information. The envelopes stack on the corner of the counter, the same counter where the $31 slip sat 11 years ago. The number is $340,000. You know this approximately. You have not calculated it precisely in 14 months. Mortgage underwater by $67,000 after the refinance that was supposed to help. Medical debt from a diagnosis in 2021. 11 separate bills from 4 separate entities. A personal guarantee on a business that closed in 19 months. The rest accumulated the way the original $2,450 accumulated, without a single moment you could name. You are 46. There is a window above the sink. You stand at it every morning with coffee and watch the neighbor back his truck out of the driveway. He does this at 7:14. You have noticed because you are always standing there. The debt is not a number anymore. It is the temperature of the room you live in. You are not behind on everything. But the gap between what you owe and what you could ever reasonably pay has crossed a threshold. Past that threshold, behavior and math decouple. You cannot act your way out. So you do not act. You stand at the window. You watch the truck. Total debt, $340,000. You are 58. The conference room is on the 14th floor. The chairs are leather. A man named Gerald slides a document across the table on a Thursday, and you sign it without reading the personal guarantee clause on page 9. The number is $2 million. Not borrowed all at once, never all at once. A business line here, a second mortgage there, a personal guarantee on a commercial lease that seemed reasonable at the time. The time was 11 years ago. The business closed. The guarantee did not close with it. Your attorney, a woman named Diane, explains this in a parking garage on a Wednesday afternoon. The concrete is cold. Her voice is steady. You stand there and feel the specific sensation of a number becoming a condition. Not from bad decisions, from a series of reasonable ones that compounded in a direction no single decision pointed toward. The asset liquidation begins in the spring. The house goes first, then the retirement account partially, then the furniture. A man arrives on a Tuesday with a clipboard and walks through each room assigning values to things you have owned for decades. He reaches the bedroom. He writes down a number for the mattress. It is the same mattress. You bought it on a Tuesday 24 years ago with a store card to save $47. The man with the clipboard values it at $60. You remember the slip on the counter, the $31. You paid it. Every month you paid it. It was never the $213 that mattered. It was the Tuesday.